working on part 4 some more. And we have our last mod 6 homework due today. So don't forget about that. And then we got our exam tomorrow. Okay. So last time we started talking about parts 3 and 4. And in part 3, we saw a couple new ways to compute the line of best fit, one of which was this trend line that we added to this original graph, which is very helpful because not only does it update when you change the filter, unlike our original method, which is using solver, um, it even spits out the line of best fit if you click on the right box, which you can type in if you don't like using solver. And last of all, if you ever see two lines on here like I currently am, it's just a nice visual reminder that I am currently not using the line of best fit. And you don't use the line of best fit every question, but whenever you see that phrase line of best fit in a question, there should only be one line over here indicating that you're using the right one. Then in part 4, we were asked to compute actual and estimated profit, and it gave us the formula for that in the workbook. The only thing we were missing from that formula was the cost. I elected to put it there, but you can do this in any number of ways. In fact, if you want to be really fancy, you could build some sort of like if statement or a lookup, but this is definitely the easiest way to handle it. And I also put it over here, not only because this makes the graph easier to look at, because I only have to graph like 7 points. When there's questions like, what if the price is $2? What's the estimated profit? I don't have to scan this for the appropriate price. I can just look for it up here. And if it doesn't appear here, just like last time, I can always, type in whatever I want if a question asks me about a price that I don't see. What else? Maybe just a few or one more reminder of things we mentioned last time. Don't forget that when you're adding either this graph or this column, that you take off the filter first so that you can see all 30,000 rows. So when you take off the filter, both of these graphs should be a total mess because there should be like 30,000 points in there. And when I click on this column and do like a control down arrow, it goes all the way to 28,968. It doesn't stop occasionally. If it stops, then you probably didn't drag it all the way down because you had a filter on. So yeah, that's just a reminder of that. And then the last thing I'll mention is when you are creating this graph, you certainly don't have to do it this way, but I'll just do this from scratch really quick. After you graph the raw data of actual points, if you want to add this, it's our usual method of going to select data and adding a line there. Prices, profits. So we get that guy. And if you want to connect the dots, this takes a little bit more effort. You can try to double click it, but it's a little bit annoying. So I like to go over to this format tab, click this little drop down menu. Here's my second line that I added. And I have a little format button. I think on Apple, it's actually on the opposite side of the ribbon. But it pulls up that little side menu where we manipulate things. And of these little pictures along the side, the far left one has options for lines, and that's how I got my orange dots to connect. If you want, certainly not necessary, but if you want to make it look like the one in the back of the book.